What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my segment, Ego Dream Fights. Very simple game to play. I'm going to name some competitive, fun fantasy matchups that I come up with, and I've gotten so far a good, favorable response. A lot of you guys are sending me matchups that you want to see. A lot of you guys are participating, giving your opinion, and that's the most important thing with this game. Just make sure you don't just say someone's name. You tell me why you think they would win. What do they have? What do they bring to the table? And just for argument's sake, consider that both fighters are coming into this fantasy fight at their peak, basically their biggest win in that respective weight division, whatever weight division that particular fight is. Today, I think I have a good solid match. My dream fight is Keith Thurman versus Paul Williams at 147. I think this is a spectacular fight. I wanted to break it down, give you guys some of the particulars. Now, this is a very intriguing and interesting match to me. I feel both fighters were feared and avoided at welterweight at different times. Paul Williams, very long and rangy, standing nearly 6'2" tall at welterweight, which is fucking ridiculous. Keith Thurman, he's also pretty tall for the division. He stands at over 5'10". Williams is a southpaw who threw a lot of punches per round. Don't believe me? Watch the Antonio Margarito fight. And he also had a chin. Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh, he doesn't have a chin. He got knocked out by Sergio Martinez. He did get leveled, knocked out by Martinez. However, Williams was also banging with Margarito, who may have been cheating at the time when they fought, and Margarito stopped Cotto, and Cotto just recently stopped Sergio Martinez. So you guys got to keep in mind, boxing is all about style, stylistic matchups, momentum, and timing. So in my opinion, contrary to what some people may believe, Paul Williams actually had a granite chin, and he just got caught with a killer shot by Sergio Martinez and never was really able to recover in his career from that shot. But I think he could take a punch. He got clipped, he got caught, and it happens. We've seen Pacquiao knocked out. We've seen a lot of people get knocked out who have chins. We've seen Carl Froch get knocked down in the first Groves fight. I mean, Margarito got stopped by Mosley. These are all guys with chins. That doesn't mean you're invincible. So in my opinion, Paul Williams had a sturdy chin. He had a tough beard. As far as Keith Thurman, he's working on his resume, calling out fighters left and right, willing to take risks, but based on his boxing quote-unquote worth, he's not really getting those big money fights, the fights we all want to see him in. So a lot of people say, oh, he has a suspect resume, who's he beat? But I don't think that's by choice. I mean, I've seen various interviews and clips of him, and he's calling out everybody. I also think he's improving each fight, known for his vicious KO power, very lethal. He even went up to 154 pounds and stopped Carlos Quintana, who is a crafty veteran fighter who's hard to look good against, kind of like a Carlos Molina, the one that fights at 154. It's not really easy to look good against guys like Quintana, Carlos Molina at 54, Miguel Vasquez. They just have a very awkward style. Mauricio Herrera, another guy you would put up there. One thing I notice about Keith Thurman, though, is sometimes he backs straight up, which is not good. And you've seen that on display in the Jesus Soto Caras fight. Jesus Soto Caras was throwing them fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sky hooks, and he clipped Keith Thurman in the first round of their fight because he had those long range punches that he was throwing. So to me, this is very interesting to see how Keith Thurman would respond to someone like Paul Williams, who had really long arms. I'd really be anxious to see how Thurman did against a workhorse and a volume guy with long arms like Paul Williams. So I think Williams versus Thurman would have been nothing less than explosive if both fighters were coming up around the same time. So the Punisher versus One Time would have been a fight for the ages. Both tremendous fighters in their own right. Keith Thurman, like I said, paving his way. Paul Williams already has done what he did for the sport of boxing. And Punisher versus One Time, I think it would have been a great scrap. And I want to know what you guys think. Who would have won this one? Very unfortunate what happened to Paul Williams in his tragic accident. I definitely hope he can walk again someday. And I hold my head up and salute. He's a true champion and a fighter both inside the ring and outside the ring. So make sure you let me know who would win, why they would win. Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego, signing off.